Hello and welcome to the Habit Coach podcast. I am Ashdin, doctor, your habit coach, and today in the hot seat we have Bhagyashree. Bhagyashree says how to avoid burnout at home and in the office. Now, this is a very interesting question, and I'm going to do a hot seat episode on burnout today. That is Bhagyashree's question. And I'm going to do a KYC episode, which is Know Your Coach about burnout on Friday. So then we'll have two episodes on how to avoid burnout. And if you're burning out, what can you do about it? So these two are going to be coming out. Now, Bhagyashree, what is burnout? Burnout is when you have expressed, you've used up all the energy that you have. The best sign of burning out is when you are approaching a stage where you no longer enjoy the things that you enjoyed doing. So, how do you prevent burnout from taking place? The first rule of preventing burnout is to structure your time with enough gaps, enough breaks, so that you have time to increase your energy as well. How do you increase your energy? You increase your energy by doing things that fulfill you, that make you feel good. Now, I have this entire long workshop that I do, which is on managing your energies. And there are 4 energy systems in our body. We have physical energy, we have intellectual energy, we have emotional energy, and we have spiritual energy. Very quickly, physical energy is the energy that we feel in our body, right? So, for example, feeling of low energy would be when you're tired, when you are having backaches, headaches, knee pain. All of these are signs of low physical energy. High physical energy, you're bouncing off the walls, you feel like you could, run 5 kilometers right now. And that is the feeling of physical energy. Very often, we spend so much time in the gym that we use up all this physical energy. If you spend a little amount of time in the gym, you actually create that physical energy. We spend a lot of time sitting down. We lose that physical energy. I tell people that, how do you feel after you watch 4 hours of Netflix? You often feel tired because you've been sitting in that one place. You don't feel refreshed. Instead, you feel sucked down. The second kind of energy is called intellectual energy. Intellectual energy is the energy that we use for problem solving. It is the energy that we use for example, when we are thinking logically. Intellectual energy gets drained when we do repetitive, monotonous tasks that do not require our brain. Excel sheets, filling up forms, all these things drain our intellectual energy. How do you increase intellectual energy? Do things that are creative in nature. Drawing, painting, doing something with music. All these things help increase this intellectual energy because you're using your mind to expand and grow. Then we come to emotional energy. Things that deplete emotional energy are fighting, right? At home, maybe fighting with your spouse. At work, it could be fighting with your boss, with your colleagues. Political situations taking place, mother-in-law and you, or maybe at office, it is with the boss and other people there. So all these things are constantly draining your emotional energy. How do you increase emotional energy? Having deep conversations with friends, having heart-to-hearts with them, sharing it, knowing how you're feeling at any given point of time. Now, let me ask you this. What are you feeling right now at this time? What are the emotions that you're feeling? Normally, people have 3 or 4 emotions. They'll say, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad. And firstly, good and bad are not emotions. They're just statements. Emotions are things like happiness. But you can also have emotions that you've never thought of. I'm feeling betrayed. I'm feeling exposed. I'm feeling vulnerable. We never use these words. We say, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling happy. Start using more words to describe your emotions, and that itself will give you clarity on them and hence increase that emotional energy that you have. Finally, spiritual energy is not about Om or religion or any of those kinds of things. Spiritual energy is the energy of purpose. So anytime you're doing something where you feel unimportant, where you feel like you're just a cog in a machine, where you feel you're taken full advantage of, granted for, and your life right now doesn't matter, that is when your spiritual energy drops. So the way to bring purpose back in your life can be in the form of pets. When people take care of pets, there is a heightened amount of purpose that comes in. When people take care of their children, there's a heightened amount of purpose that comes in. So it could be also starting a new business, a new venture. One of these things can increase the spiritual energy. So if you can maintain these four pies, these four energy systems in your body, you can avoid burnout from taking place. I know people who work at a very, very high level and they focus on these pies, and as a result, this burnout does not take place. For the longest time, I've been doing this. However, over the last week, I have been facing a slight amount of burnout and I can see it approaching, which is why I want to do an episode coming up on how I'm going to be dealing with this burnout that's coming up. So, Bhagyashree, this is how to avoid burnout. Now, if you're burning out, make sure you listen to the next episode so we will answer that question right there. Now, if you're going through something in life and you want me to answer it on the next Hot Seat episode, check out the link below. Send me a nice juicy question and I'm going to answer it on the next episode. I'm Ashdin Doctor, your habit coach.